Still spinning. Okay, we're live.
Wonderful.
All right, we are live. We are live. So hello, everyone. Welcome to the expert interview series. I am just going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing. This expert interview series is for online business entrepreneurs who want to get instant results. So if you want to get instant results, each of these experts is going to tell you a tip that is going to help you somehow in your business. And I have experts from all different kinds of topics, but they're going to give you a tool that you can implement that's going to give you instant results. So I would love to know where you're from. So if you could type in the comments where you're from, let us know so we can say hi. And then even if you're watching the replay, go ahead and type in, like, where are you from? Are you from, just let us know. And then after you've told us where you're from, if you would show us a little love by giving us a little thumbs up or some hearts or liking the page, that would be amazing. So my name's Lisa Mizels, and I'm the creator and the host of the Online Expert Interview Series. And I'm also the founder of Unleash Your Mojo Online, where I help business owners get visible online and still be able to enjoy their life, have the freedom to enjoy their life. So that's kind of what I do. I'm the creator of the Empowered Living video show, and I'm an online visibility strategist. So that's all about me, but I've been putting this online business expert interview series together for the last couple of weeks, and we're going to be going through the end of the year for sure, but this is just to help you get to the next step. So all of these steps that these entrepreneurs are bringing to you are something that you can implement right away and easily so that you can get a boost somehow in your business. And so this is how it's going to go down. I'm going to introduce my guest. We're going to dive into the interview, and then I'm going to tell you, well, the guest is going to tell you where you can find out more information about them. So again, if you haven't already liked my page, I would love it if you would like my page, give us some hearts, give us some love. So today my guest is going to be talking about helping parents create safe, healthy environments with products that actually eliminate toxins in their home. So welcome, Brenna. Brenna Garcia is my guest today. How are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited about this topic because it's something that's really important to me as well. I make some of my own cleaners, and I'm sure you can, you're going to go.
Wonderful to hear. Yes.
Dive into that. Yeah. But let me tell the listeners or the viewers a little bit more about you, and then we'll dive in.
Fabulous.
Okay. So Brenna is a stay-at-home mom with a special needs daughter, and she used to enjoy saving, a couple bucks strictly shopping at the clearance aisles. But that was before she ran into problems with personal care items and prescription medications that created medical bills that cost the family more than they bargained for. And it made her question her parenting ability because of some things that she's going to be able to tell you a little bit more about. But this was really scary for her because of the fragile nature of her daughter. So it was because this challenge that she sought natural and effective alternatives. And this experience has helped her become an advocate of the clean living and the advocate that she is today. So Brenna enjoys educating and sharing solutions around the importance of eliminating synthetics in everyday life. Right. So yeah, so this is great. I love this topic. And why don't we start? I mean, we know your why because it was in your bio. Yes. But why don't we start by just having you tell us a little bit more about how you got to where you are today to becoming the advocate.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, Lisa. I appreciate it immensely. As you said, I am a mom of 3. I have 2 boys additionally, not just my daughter, and they're function normally. And so just being able to save money to care for my family, because it's 5 bodies total that you have to provide for. So, it was great to hear you say that you had created your own products as well. just making them. And I had done that before I found what I had found, that additionally saves me time without creating that film and residue left over for me. But enough about that. We'll move on to where why I got so passionate about this. My mission is I want to help other parents eliminate the struggles that I had when trying to figure out what was going on. Because like you said, yeah, it makes you question your parenting ability, and then you're like, well, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? And it's really we're as busy parents, we do what we can, but also through generations, we've been conditioned to believe that this way is the only way.
Yes.
And it's simply not true. And being able to share my challenges and struggles with others helps me to help people recognize what can be more beneficial long term, at the same time save them time and money.
And that's important. We're all busy. So.
Yeah, very busy, especially in today's society. They said technology was supposed to save us, help us, but it's actually, I've noticed it does help in some ways, and it also hinders, like when you're trying to get your kids to do their homework.
Oh, for sure. I remember that.
Parenting struggles.
So, but I remember those days, and I would not want to have younger kids right now because it's just crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I know why you're passionate about your topic, because of your daughter and because of what you went through. But is there anything else that would be helpful for the audience to know about that particular issue?
Yes, very much so indeed. Particularly helpful would be some common misconceptions about over-the-counter products. For example, organic products labeled organic, or products labeled all natural. It doesn't mean that all the ingredients in that product are natural or organic.
Or good for you.
Yeah. And so, for example, I used an all natural detergent, but it had an ingredient called phenoxyethanol, which actually creates this sensation for people to make them hypersensitive to the other ingredients in the products. But it's also been linked to cancer and other issues, health-wise, and carcinogens and disruptor, and as being a disruptor in our endocrine system. So
you've done a lot of research.
Yeah, my daughter is 16 now, and so I started my journey in 2008. And it's been just constantly evolving since then. And it's very intriguing to learn along the way all of these different things. Like, for example, why some people get allergic reactions to some of the jewelry that they get that are in retail stores or high-end retail stores even. And it's because of where they create that composite, that blend of metals. You don't know what they alloyed that metal, that gold or that silver with. They're just saying it was 14 karat gold, but there's an alloy to that to be able to harden it. So that metallurgy guidelines overseas doesn't give you the specifics and the parameters of what was used to alloy that 14 karat gold. And that's why you'll have people that have allergic reactions to stuff that you thought was good and it really wasn't. So just a lot of research. Yeah.
Sounds like it. That sounds like it. So why do you want people to know about not using synthetics?
Essentially everything that we are before, like our grandparents and whatnot, was all natural. Was based on plants, and plants still to this day are noted as being very powerful products to use, and you still have to use them with caution because they can still be can be powerful and have effects on our bodies. People are allergic to strawberries. People are allergic to peanuts. But some of the problems is that if you have been exposed to synthetics over a prolonged period of time, and say it helps, they can help suppress your immune system to not allow your immune system to function at full capacity. So you're having this dichotomy of influences on your immune system that's hindering your health, and the synthetics can play a role in that.
Yeah, and I know that to be true because what I did previously was I worked with people with food sensitivities, and those pro-inflammatory chemicals that are created with even if it's not a true allergic reaction, if it's a sensitivity, you still have all of those chemicals that are created within your body that wreak havoc on your immune system, and so it's just kind of like a spiral downhill, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So,
some of the other things is that the companies don't have to specify the percentage of the organic compounds to whatever they use synthetically to blend it. So you can buy a product here in the United States that says it's organic, but it doesn't tell you the percentage. So it could be 10%, 8%, 2%, and it's going to be labeled organic, but it was only the orange that they chose to put in that. You know what I mean? Everything else, the 90 other percent, it's not organic, or it's not all natural, and it can be blended with synthetics.
Yeah, and synthetics basically the biggie is that it suppresses your immune system.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah, synthetics can suppress your immune system and have other health effects as well, like cause cancer, unfortunately. So another thing for individuals to understand is that water, clay, and minerals can never be labeled as an organic ingredient. It's simply natural, and it can be purified, but it can never be labeled as organic. They're naturally occurring, and so it's not something that can be cultivated or grown, so it will not be ever, should never be labeled as organic.
Yeah, and it's interesting that it's so confusing when we see organic and when we see all natural, and even some of the all natural products are not like they're using compounds, chemical compounds, even though they might be. Yeah, so it can be tricky out there. So what kind of tips do you have for our viewers that can help them with their everyday life that will in turn help them with their business?
So thank you so much for asking that. If anyone is interested in getting my top 7 list of ingredients to avoid in our personal care and home care, you can send me an email, and I'd be happy to get that to you. Or you can go to Brenna Garcia Elementals on Facebook and sign up there, and you'll receive it there as well.
Okay, I'm going to write that down so that we can post it on when I edit this. So Brenna Garcia Elementals. .com.
Not .com. It's just a group on Facebook, and I post information and share education.
Okay, there. Perfect. I'll post that for our viewers so that they can go to that page after we're done being live.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Awesome. So back to the tips that you want people to to take away from this conversation.
Your health is an asset, and if you can see it as and as well as your family's health, it's what's going to be there in the beginning and the end of everything that you expose yourself to. Yeah. You only get one body. You want to take care of it to the best of your ability, but some of the stuff that we're exposed to we're not you don't know what you don't know. So when they don't tell you what could have certain effects on you, you don't want to be like the consumer industry's lab rat, if you will. I decided to opt out of that because I'm like, nobody really cares, and you know, they just want to make a quick buck. And whenever they come out with new formulations of products, why did they need to come out with that? So maybe avoiding the new and improved. Why did it need to be improved from it was before? You know, why
How could shit stay on the shelf longer? Right?
yeah, you know, so maybe, and also clearance shopping. I clearance shop food, but you know, and I, you know, it's there's nothing wrong with that. It's just be aware of why, of what potentially could be lurking. And so just taking that extra time. And I understand, I don't have a lot of time to stand in the aisles. I used to stand in the aisles for 2 hours to read what was in the products themselves, and then I'd research that chemical. And then it just got overwhelming after 3 years of doing that. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. And so I've found products that use the precautionary principle that I use. If there's no proof and no evidence that it's not harmful, or then I just simply don't use it.
Yeah, and I think it builds up over time in your body too. I mean, that's the other thing, and we don't realize it, but people that are in that, you know, the baby boomers kind of have been brought up with all these new and improved products that stay on the shelf longer, that that might, you know, have a pretty smell or a pretty color, or you know, all these different chemical combinations that are included in our home care products and our foods. And so we didn't know, you know, eating and growing up with that stuff. We know now. And I think and I think a lot of people are starting to feel the effects, the health effects of the combined
exposure
over time.
Yeah, it does. It bioaccumulates in your body. And for example, petroleum is a byproduct of the refining process of oil, but we use petroleum jelly for decades. But your body can't expel that. So when you're putting it on, it takes you 26 seconds to absorb whatever you put on your skin. And that petroleum typically goes to your liver and your kidneys, and your body can't get rid of it. So
what's the best way to just really like get everything out of your, you know, get all of the synthetics out? What would be the best way to start?
Look for labels marked vegan, because it's vegetable based, right? And even though a lot of chemical compounds that are in traditional over-the-counter stuff have been extracted from plants or have been engineered in a certain way to be added to those products, they're concentrated. So using them, like they say, eat clean, kind of live clean. You're just going to use what was, you know, distilled, or, you know, how they make essential oils. They do use a process of distillation, but just try to work with the baseline of the plant or flora of nature, to help eliminate the synthetics, you know, because everything had a starting point from plants, and over time it's just evolved into this science-based, you know, let's make it bigger and better. But in retrospect, they've also created more antibiotic resistant bugs too, in lieu of using chemicals to clean. So
and how long does it take to get all of that out of your system? Like, is there a way to, you know, if we've accumulated it for years and years, is there a way to get it all out? Just start using clean products? Does it?
Well, first, you don't want to start with your body and then, move to your house. You would need to start with taking it and extracting everything from your home and your personal care. I had 5 boxes of chemicals in my underneath my sinks and throughout my home of personal care, lotion, shampoo, skincare, that when I looked at the ingredients had stuff that was not particularly something after I learned, stuff I wouldn't want to put on anymore. So 5 boxes total, and then the home care cleaning I had another 4 boxes of those chemicals, and I tried to take them to the dump, the waste management, and they told me it was hazardous material and that I would need to pay to get rid of it.
Oh, that's horrible. That is such a great, that's a great story, because that just tells you right there how bad these things are that we're using in our home.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And so they can learn more at Brenna Garcia Elementals. And so I'm going to put that link in the Facebook, in the edit here, so that you see it. And is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Just because something is natural, it doesn't mean you want it on you. Guanine is made of fish scales. Placenta is in hair treatments. What we clean our homes with is considered as hazardous material according to waste management. So being able to step outside that, I need to get it right now, and say, let me check this out and evaluate whether or not I want to put this on my skin, not just for my health, but for the health of my family, is kind of an ideal step to take. And then eliminating it from our homes, and then in time it will, it'll be expelled from our body through,
Sweating,
exercising, sweating, proper food consumption, and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this has been great information. Thank you so much for being here on our expert series, and thank you, viewers, for watching, and thank you for watching the replay, and if you're live, thank you for being here live.
Thank you.
I can't see here on this platform, but let's see. So make sure and check back and join us. I'll be announcing when the next expert interview series is going to be coming live. And so thank you so much, Brenna, for today, and we will see you all next time.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.